Woman, you are not confusing, you are captivating. Every glance at your life reveals another layer, another reason why the world can't stop watching, learning, and growing from you. In these next moments, discover why your mystery is not a weakness but your greatest strength, and how carrying it with dignity changes everything around you. When you look at the world's greatest puzzles, inventions, and explorations, you'll notice one theme: the power of mystery. Mystery draws people closer. It sparks curiosity, fuels creativity, and sustains interest. Woman, you were designed in exactly that way, intentionally, not accidentally. You carry within you a depth that cannot be exhausted in a single glance or a single conversation. That depth is your strength. You are not just a physical being, you are a spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and social force woven together. Every layer of you holds a story, a lesson, and a purpose. This is why, throughout time, society has tried to decode you. Cultures have tried to define you, and individuals have tried to possess you. But no one can fully define what God designed to be revealed gradually. Your mystery is not for exploitation, it's for inspiration. The divine design of mystery within a woman is not an accident or an afterthought. It is intentional, purposeful, and deeply rooted in the very fabric of her being. When we say that a woman is mysterious, it is not a poetic exaggeration but a reflection of a sacred reality. Mystery in this context means depth, richness, and multidimensionality. It means that every aspect of her life, her mind, her emotions, her spirit, her creativity, her ability to nurture, has been intricately woven together with layers that cannot be easily measured or exhausted. This divine design ensures that a woman is not simply an object of admiration or curiosity, but a continual revelation of wisdom, strength, and grace. Understanding this divine mystery begins with recognizing that it is not about confusion but about complexity. Complexity is intentional because it invites exploration. Just as a diamond's beauty is revealed through its many facets, a woman's value is revealed through her layers. Her mystery is not a barrier meant to repel. It is a doorway meant to invite others into deeper understanding. When someone approaches her with patience, humility, and respect, they discover lessons about empathy, resilience, and nurturing that cannot be taught in any other classroom. This is why, across cultures and generations, women have been at the center of inspiration for art, literature, and societal transformation. Their mystery compels humanity to look beyond the surface, to strive for higher ideals, and to develop character in the process of understanding. This divine design of mystery also safeguards the dignity of a woman. When something is valuable, it is never left exposed without protection. It is covered, layered, and revealed gradually to those who are worthy of it. Gold is hidden beneath the earth, pearls are concealed inside oysters, and precious knowledge is reserved for those who seek it with sincerity. In the same way, the mystery of a woman protects her from being reduced to a stereotype, an object, or a mere function. It keeps her essence from being fully consumed or exploited. This design compels others to approach her not with entitlement but with reverence. The mystery is therefore a form of divine boundary, a way of ensuring that her depth is honored and her value is not taken for granted. Moreover, the mystery of a woman serves a greater societal purpose. It is through her hidden strengths, quiet wisdom, and unseen sacrifices that families are held together, communities are nurtured, and nations are built. Her mystery provides the world with a balance between the seen and the unseen, the spoken and the unspoken, the known and the yet to be discovered. This is why women so often become the emotional anchors of their households and the silent forces behind great achievements. Their mystery does not diminish their impact, it multiplies it because it allows them to influence in ways that are subtle yet transformative. To understand the divine design of mystery, one must also see its effect on personal growth. Anyone who interacts deeply with a woman, whether as a spouse, a friend, a child, or a colleague, is inevitably challenged to grow. Her mystery draws out patience, sensitivity, and emotional intelligence. It forces people to listen more carefully, observe more thoughtfully, and act more responsibly. In this way, the mystery is not only for the woman's sake, but for the betterment of everyone around her. It is a teacher disguised as an experience. It is a mirror that reflects the true character of those who engage with it. Ultimately, the divine design of mystery affirms a woman's worth as immeasurable. She is not meant to be fully figured out, like a problem. She is meant to be appreciated as an unfolding revelation. This understanding allows a woman to embrace her uniqueness with confidence and dignity. She can see that her mystery is not something to apologize for, but something to steward wisely. It is a sacred trust that connects her to her Creator and distinguishes her in the world. When she recognizes this, she no longer seeks validation from shallow interpretations or fleeting approval. Instead, she stands firmly in the knowledge that her depth is by design. Her complexity is her crown, and her mystery is her strength. This is the essence of the first keynote. The divine design of mystery is a deliberate and powerful feature of womanhood. It is a gift both to the woman herself and to the world around her. It calls for reverence, patience, and understanding from others, and it calls for self-awareness, stewardship, and dignity from the woman who embodies it. In acknowledging and embracing this truth, both she and those who encounter her are elevated to a higher standard of respect, growth, and appreciation. The complexity of a woman's emotional, intellectual, and spiritual dimensions is not a flaw, but a deliberate feature of her creation. When something is designed to impact life on multiple levels, it cannot be simple or one-dimensional. A seed looks small, but hidden inside is an entire tree with branches, fruit, and shade. In the same way, a woman carries within her layers of thought, feeling, and purpose that reach far beyond what can be seen at first glance. This complexity gives her the ability to influence families, communities, and even generations because she brings depth into every space she enters. It is not meant to confuse or frustrate. It is meant to enrich, nurture, and inspire growth wherever she goes. To understand this, think about how her mind works. A woman can hold multiple perspectives at once. She can analyze a situation logically while sensing the emotional undercurrents that others might miss. She can plan for the future while caring for the present. This multi-layered thinking is not a weakness. It is a strength that allows her to create harmony between details that seem unrelated. In family life, this means she can nurture children while managing responsibilities. In leadership, this means she can balance strategy with compassion. In relationships, it means she can offer both insight and empathy. Her complexity makes her capable of holding together what might otherwise fall apart. Her emotional depth is another facet of this purposeful complexity. Often emotions are misunderstood as instability, but in reality they are indicators of sensitivity, awareness, and connection. A woman's emotions give her the ability to sense needs before they are spoken, to notice pain before it is expressed, and to celebrate joy more fully. This emotional intelligence allows her to create environments where others feel seen, valued, and safe. It equips her to be a healer, a mentor, and a source of stability in times of change. Rather than a liability, her emotions are a finely tuned instrument that, when understood and respected, bring life and warmth to every relationship. The spiritual dimension of a woman completes this triad of complexity. She is not just a body and a mind. She carries an inner life that connects her to values, meaning, and purpose beyond herself. This spiritual awareness shapes her intuition, her sense of justice, and her ability to stand firm in the face of adversity. It enables her to see possibilities that others overlook, and to nurture hope in places where hope is fading. Because of this, women often become the quiet moral compass of a household or a community. Their spiritual depth helps anchor others when storms arise. This purposeful complexity also acts as a mirror, calling those around her to rise higher. When people engage with a woman deeply, they are confronted with their own limitations. They must learn to communicate more thoughtfully, to respect boundaries, to listen instead of assume, and to value process instead of demanding instant answers. In other words, her complexity fosters growth not only within herself, but also in those who encounter her. It stretches minds, softens hearts, and develops patience. This is why, throughout history, women have been central to movements of learning, reform, and innovation. Their presence challenges people to see and think differently. Recognizing this truth helps women embrace their own design with confidence rather than shame. In a world that often rewards simplicity, quick labels, and surface impressions, a woman may feel pressured to flatten herself into something easy to categorize. But when she understands that her complexity is intentional, she can reject that pressure. She can see that her ability to think deeply, feel fully, and believe strongly is exactly what equips her to leave a lasting mark. She can also steward her complexity wisely, setting healthy boundaries, practicing self-care, and choosing environments that honor her depth rather than exploit it. At the same time, recognizing purposeful complexity benefits everyone else. It reminds spouses, leaders, and communities to approach women not as problems to be solved, but as partners in growth. It calls for curiosity instead of assumptions, patience instead of impatience, and collaboration instead of control. It reframes complexity from something threatening into something enriching. Just as a rich ecosystem produces life and diversity, a woman's complexity produces stability, creativity, and transformation. Ultimately, the complexity of a woman is a living demonstration that strength and softness can coexist, that intellect and emotion can work together, and that spirituality and practicality can flow as one. It is a testament to the power of integration over fragmentation. In embracing this purposeful design, a woman not only fulfills her own potential, but also becomes a catalyst for the growth and flourishing of everyone connected to her. Her complexity is not just her own, it is a gift to the world. The mystery woven into a woman's being is not meant to be ornamental, it is catalytic. It moves people beyond complacency, stirs curiosity, and compels transformation. Throughout history, you see this pattern. Wherever women have been present in families, communities, and nations, they have provoked reflection, innovation, and change. This is because their lives, their perspectives, and their inner worlds are not immediately obvious or fully accessible. They draw others in. They force deeper observation and deeper thinking. Their mystery acts like gravity, pulling minds and hearts toward growth and self-examination. When a person or a society encounters a woman's layered nature, the first instinct might be to solve her, to categorize her, or to reduce her to a single definition. But what happens instead is learning. In the process of trying to understand, people develop patience, empathy, and new skills of communication. The mystery embedded in her being serves as a teacher. It doesn't hand out quick answers, it invites a journey. Just as a great book cannot be absorbed by reading only the first chapter, a woman's value cannot be captured in one conversation or one impression. Her mystery challenges people to go beyond the surface, to dig into their own assumptions, and to grow as they do so. This catalytic effect can be seen in the smallest interactions. In a home, a mother's quiet strength and unspoken wisdom often guide children to make better choices, even when she hasn't laid out every rule. In a workplace, a woman's intuitive insight can open doors to new approaches and creative solutions that others had not considered. In friendships, her ability to listen deeply and respond thoughtfully creates spaces where people feel truly known, and in those spaces they grow. In each case, her mystery provokes others not to remain static, but to move forward. Another important aspect of this keynote is that investigation in its healthiest form is not about control but about discovery. The mystery of a woman is not a puzzle to be conquered, it is a living reality to be appreciated. When approached with respect, her mystery teaches people to be humble, to accept that not everything will be revealed at once, and to value process over instant gratification. This shift from entitlement to appreciation is itself transformative. It softens harshness, tempers arrogance, and cultivates maturity. In this way, a woman's mystery is like a training ground for character. The effect extends far beyond individual relationships. Cultures, religions, and entire academic fields have been shaped by attempts to understand women's contributions and perspectives. Literature, music, and art across centuries are filled with depictions of the feminine not because women are confusing, but because their depth continues to inspire. Every generation, in its own way, investigates this mystery and discovers new insights about compassion, resilience, and leadership. This ongoing investigation is a testament to the inexhaustible richness of the feminine design. For the woman herself, recognizing that her mystery acts as a catalyst can be empowering. She can stop seeing her layers as a burden or a source of misunderstanding and start seeing them as an engine for growth, both her own and others. When she holds her mystery with dignity, she invites healthy curiosity and sets a tone of respect. She doesn't have to overshare or constantly explain herself. Instead, she can allow time and interaction to reveal who she is at the right pace. In doing so, she models self-respect and teaches others how to approach depth without intrusion. For those who interact with her, understanding this keynote changes their posture. They learn to slow down, to listen more, and to adjust their expectations. They begin to appreciate that a woman's mystery is not an obstacle but an opportunity. An opportunity to develop patience, to sharpen their own perception, and to grow beyond simplistic ways of relating. This is the kind of investigation that enriches both sides, the one who seeks to understand and the one who is gradually revealed. Ultimately, the mystery that makes people investigate. A woman is a mirror of life itself. Life at its richest is not fully predictable or immediately transparent. It unfolds, surprises, and deepens. A woman in her mystery reflects this same principle. She embodies the invitation to keep learning, keep growing, and keep becoming. When this is honored rather than resisted, her mystery becomes not a source of frustration but a wellspring of transformation for everyone who encounters her. The mystery and depth within a woman do not come without responsibility. When something is precious, it must be handled with care, and when something carries power, it must be stewarded wisely. This is true for both the woman herself and for those who encounter her. Her layered design is not a license for secrecy or manipulation, nor is it an invitation for others to pry or control. It is a sacred trust. Stewardship of this mystery means treating it as a gift, protecting, honoring, and nurturing it so that it fulfills its purpose rather than being diminished or misused. For the woman, stewardship begins with self-awareness. She must first recognize that her complexity is intentional and valuable. Without this understanding, she may either undervalue herself or allow others to do so. When she sees her depth as a gift, she can establish healthy boundaries, choose relationships more wisely, and use her influence responsibly. Stewarding her mystery means she does not have to reveal everything at once or explain herself constantly. She can allow her life to unfold gradually, revealing parts of herself to people and spaces that are safe and deserving. This preserves her dignity and allows her to grow at her own pace. Stewardship also means using her gifts for upliftment rather than for harm. Her insight, intuition, and emotional intelligence are powerful tools. When used with integrity, they can heal, guide, and inspire. When used carelessly, they can manipulate or wound. The responsibility of stewardship calls her to act with wisdom and restraint, to ensure that her mystery remains a source of blessing and not a weapon. It reminds her that her influence reaches further than she may realize, shaping children, friends, partners, workplaces, and even communities. For those who interact with her, the responsibility of stewardship takes a different but equally important form. It is not enough to be curious about a woman's mystery. One must approach it with honor. This means respecting her boundaries, listening to her voice, and recognizing that access to her inner world is a privilege, not an entitlement. It means valuing her contributions without trying to control or define them. When someone honors a woman's mystery, they create space for her to flourish and in turn experience growth themselves. Stewardship also involves protection. In many societies, women's depth and uniqueness have been misunderstood or exploited. Cultures have at times tried to silence their voices, flatten their complexity, or reduce them to stereotypes. True stewardship stands against this. It acknowledges that the mystery within a woman is a vital force for good for families, for communities, for nations, and therefore deserves to be defended and celebrated. This protection is not about paternalism, but about partnership, working alongside women to ensure their gifts can be fully expressed without fear or suppression. Another dimension of stewardship is education. Because mystery invites investigation, it can also invite misunderstanding. By fostering environments of learning and dialogue, families, leaders, and communities can better understand and appreciate women's depth. This does not mean trying to solve them, but rather creating cultures of respect and collaboration where their complexity is seen as an asset. In such environments, women feel safe to bring their full selves, and everyone benefits from the richness they contribute. For the woman herself, part of stewardship is modeling this value for others. When she carries herself with dignity, guards her heart wisely, and uses her gifts ethically, she teaches the people around her how to engage with her and others like her. She shows that mystery is not a wall, but a garden, a place of life, beauty, and growth that requires care and patience to enjoy. This modeling helps reshape how society as a whole approaches women, shifting from intrusion to appreciation, from control to cooperation. Ultimately, stewardship of a woman's mystery is about alignment with purpose. Her depth is not random, it is designed to nurture, inspire, and elevate. When she understands and honors this, she stands more fully in her calling. When others understand and honor it, they create the conditions for that calling to flourish. This mutual stewardship creates healthier families, stronger communities, and a more compassionate society. It allows the mystery to do what it was meant to do, not to confuse but to enrich, not to isolate but to connect, not to hide but to reveal greatness in its time. Recognizing this responsibility transforms how both women and those around them live. The woman no longer sees her mystery as something to downplay or give away cheaply. Others no longer see it as something to exploit or fear. Instead, all parties treat it as a divine trust, something to be handled with reverence, wisdom, and care. This is the heart of stewardship, protecting what is precious, cultivating what is powerful, and allowing what is mysterious to unfold at the pace and in the way it was meant to. In this way, the mystery within a woman fulfills its highest purpose, becoming a wellspring of strength, grace, and transformation for everyone it touches. Woman, from the very beginning you were crafted with intentionality, designed with layers, with depth, with strength, and with a mystery that calls others higher. Your complexity is not an accident, it is your crown. It is the reason you can nurture and lead, think and feel, inspire and transform. The mystery within you is not a problem to solve, but a gift to steward, a source of growth for you and for everyone who encounters you. The world may try to reduce you to a simple label or a single function, but you were never meant to fit into a shallow definition. You are a living lesson, a catalyst for wisdom, and a reflection of divine creativity. When you embrace your design, you no longer apologize for your depth, you protect it, you honor it, and you use it to lift others. And when those around you approach your mystery with reverence instead of intrusion, they too are changed. So stand in your identity with dignity. Carry your mystery with confidence. Let your life be an unfolding revelation that enriches, heals, and elevates. You are not a puzzle to be solved. You are a masterpiece to be appreciated, a wellspring of strength and beauty whose impact cannot be contained. In embracing this truth, you walk in the fullness of who you were created to be, a force of purpose, of depth, and of unending inspiration.